Rated T for teen.
The idea of pro guitar is that it's a game. You know, you're still trying to sort of pattern match musical content as it comes down a track, but the skills that you're learning through the game translate to real life guitar playing.
How do you take something that's an information overload, essentially 6 strings and 22 frets worth of information, and give that to the player in the way that they could comprehend that in real time or in modes where you train the player to learn how to do that? That's a huge challenge. And our focus is on getting people into the experience, have their first couple hours be like way faster than the first couple weeks of playing guitar,
right,
and actually be able to do it in real time next to other tracks.
It's actually pretty intuitive, you know, so like, you know, you're looking basically just down a fretboard, and then you see these shapes come down the fretboard, and each one of those shapes corresponds to a chord type.
The left to right motion tells you which string you need to hold with your finger, not how far up the neck you do. And so we need a separate sort of channel to display that information, and for that we actually directly are using the fret number that you need to be holding. As you push fingers down on the fretboard, the software will actually give a visual representation which sort of like raises a little arch to display, you know, which string you're holding a finger on. Now, as you're holding one finger down and you add additional fingers, maybe at a higher fret, an additional portion of this arch will sort of rise up, and you'll get a contour. You'll get sort of a bit of a wavy contoured line. And the idea is that that line will match pretty much exactly the chord shape that's coming down at you. So you can see, okay, I'm holding on fret 5, I'm holding a power chord shape, and here it comes down the line.
We've shown this stuff to a lot of people in the music industry, and we're, you know, jaws are hitting the table. It's like we're actually presenting a brand new kind of method of music understanding to people. We actually have the assistant chair of the guitar department at Berklee College of Music come in a couple of times a week to help us sort of, you know, develop the trainers. You know, we can't have any content in pro guitar that is inaccurate from a music standpoint. We don't want to teach people the wrong thing.
We did focus tests, and we had people who had never played guitar before, some with a rock band experience, some without even rock band experience, and a lot of these people were able to go from having no experience, sat them in the game for an hour and a half, and they were able to do power chords moving around on the E and the A string, which is pretty awesome. Usually that takes a couple weeks and it sounds terrible. When you plug in your pro guitar, you have a choice of playing easy, medium, hard, or expert, just like every other instrument in the game. We do some smart stuff where on easy you're only playing single notes, and as you go up you start playing power chords and then more complex chords. But as you get up, like how do we show you how to strum parts of a chord, or how do we show you how to do arpeggios or hammer-ons or pull-offs? All these things are present, and players, like, by the time you get to expert, you're playing the actual song. And that is a level of challenge that we've never seen in a music rhythm game before.
You know, for all the people that beat, you know, the Beatles Rock Band in that first couple days, or beat Rock Band 2 when it came out on expert, you know, good luck.
By the time you get to expert, you are a really badass guitar player.
The people who are going to own the leaderboards and the pro stuff, they're not necessarily gamers. They're like musicians. I expect to see Yngwie Malmsteen on the top of the Rock Band Pro guitar leaderboards.